Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It's Christopher Z, of course, and Mikey also here. And today I just want to make this special video. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Now I've decided to finally do it. And that is to make a list of my favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigures. Oh yeah! So this list isn't in any particular order. It's just minifigures that I just really like and that are LEGO Star Wars. So yeah, and feel free to let me know if you want me to do this with any other series like Harry Potter or like Marvel or DC, something like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this. Alright, so starting off we have this Stormtrooper. Alright, so this is a classic minifigure. I remember back in the day when they had the battle packs for these minifigures. Used to have a lot of fun with those by just making them fight the Rebel Troopers in the Rebel Trooper battle pack. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome minifigure. It's definitely a classic. It's been around for quite a while now. I really like the way it looks. This is probably my favorite version of the Stormtrooper so far. It's pretty nice. There are some really cool ones, like the newer ones, that look really great, but personally this one will always be my favorite because it just has so much nostalgia for me, and I think it looks amazing, and it reminds me of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, my favorite game. So yeah, Stormtrooper. Alright, next up, continuing with the theme of the original trilogy, we have Luke Skywalker, which is Jedi Knight Luke, and this is actually one of my first custom minifigures. It's a purist custom. But this minifigure actually does exist in a LEGO set. I believe it's in the Death Star, but I actually made this myself. What I did was I got a flesh Luke head, and I got this body, this torso, and I just gave him a flesh-colored hand, and this is of course based off of the one from LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, the video game. So yeah, this is one of my earlier customs, and I still have it. I haven't done anything to it, I haven't modified it or anything, so yeah, and I really like this version of Luke, and of course it reminds me of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, which of course, like I said before, is my favorite game. And yeah, Luke is one of my favorite characters, and this is personally one of my, well, this is my favorite Luke Skywalker minifigure. So there you go. Alright, next up we have a minifigure I just recently showcased. So this is Boba Fett. This is one of the original Boba Fetts. And I just really like this minifigure. I like how green it is. I like the nice greenness of this minifigure. I like the helmet too, because a lot of these minifigures remind me of Complete Saga, because they are the older minifigures and they were around when the game was being made. So yeah, just really like this minifigure. I like the newer Bobas as well, but this one is personally has always been my favorite. And it's not as accurate as the newer ones, but I still think it's pretty awesome. And yeah, Boba Fett. Even though this isn't really in any particular order, this one has to be my favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigure of all time, and probably one of my favorite minifigures of all time. Just so awesome. It's the classic Darth Vader, and of course, like I said before, there are newer Darth Vaders. Like you've got the new one with the two-part helmet, which I think is pretty awesome, but this one will always be my favorite. This one has been an icon for LEGO Star Wars probably since 1999 when it first started. So yeah, this minifigure has been around for quite a while, and it's been an icon for LEGO Star Wars. Especially the helmet. So yeah, just a great minifigure. Of course, once again, it's also in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. You can say that about most of these minifigures, except for the Clone Wars minifigures I have in this. But yeah, just such an awesome minifigure. Just really like everything about it. Like the torso, just has such a classic feel to it. The cape, this is a newer cape, so it's nice and crisp. It's like really crisp, and it's a little bent, but that's okay. And yeah, just such an awesome minifigure. I mean, Darth Vader is such a cool character. I mean, who doesn't like Darth Vader? And yeah, this is my favorite Darth Vader minifigure, and probably my favorite minifigure of all time. Alright, and here is the last minifigure from the original trilogy on my list, and this is Yoda. Now, like I said before, there have been a lot of different versions of Yoda. There's been a lot of different versions of most of these minifigures, not all of them, but most of them on this list. But this original one is still my favorite, even though he is just like a mold. You don't really have much detail, like painting-wise, but it's a really nice minifigure. I really like the mold. It's pretty darn accurate. And even though he doesn't have his eyes painted in, I still think it looks amazing. And just such a classic feel to it. I think this minifigure might also come in a LEGO Revenge of the Sith set, but I consider this a LEGO original trilogy minifigure. And yeah, I really like the tan. I think it's an older tan as well, so it looks a little different from the newer tans. And the printing as well looks really awesome. It's got kind of like a orange, like a darker orange, like a almost brown orange. I think that just looks really awesome. And this is one of the first short minifigures, I believe, so that's pretty awesome. And yeah, just such an awesome minifigure, and pretty classic. So there you go, Yoda. Now we're going to move on to the prequel trilogy, and here we go. Here we have young Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 1. I really like this minifigure. Even though he has the same face as Luke Skywalker in some of the older minifigures, I still think this minifigure is pretty awesome. I like the attention to detail, like you've got the Jedi braid there. Stuff. This cape is pretty old too, so I've had this minifigure for quite a while now. It's just always been one of my favorites. I just really love how it looks. And I also really like the Qui-Gon version that's like this. It's a yellow-faced Qui-Gon. I think it looks pretty awesome. But yeah, I just really like the older LEGO Star Wars minifigures. I think the newer ones are really cool as well, and they put a lot of detail and a lot of work into them, but I really like the older ones as well, because I mean, they're more simpler and just look nice, and they're just a lot of fun and stuff. So yeah, pretty awesome minifigure. One of my favorites. That's why it's on this list, obviously. And yeah, and of course it reminds me of the Complete Saga game. So, and here we have the other yellow-faced minifigure that is on this list. And I think it was pretty cool back in the day when LEGO Star Wars did the yellow face. I like the flesh-colored face as well, but I think the yellow face just has such a classic feel to it. And yeah, so this minifigure, Anakin from Episode 2, it's from the Bounty Hunter Pursuit sets. I don't remember what it's called. It's probably called Bounty Hunter Pursuit. But yeah, this is it has a lot of nostalgia for me, this minifigure, because this is actually one of the, I think it is the first LEGO Star Wars minifigure that I ever got, along with the others that are in the set, which is Zam Weasel and Obi-Wan. But yeah, this one just has a lot of nostalgia for me. I really like this minifigure, and this is the first minifigure, LEGO Star Wars minifigure that I got. And I had some minifigures before that, but this is the first one that I got, and it introduced me to the series of LEGO Star Wars and stuff. So yeah, just such a great minifigure. I think it looks really awesome. And I used it in the We Saw Me Sleemo video, which is a stop motion video I made. I think that was earlier this year, sometime in, I think I released it in July. But yeah, I just absolutely love this minifigure. And yeah, I really like the hair color too. I think that's pretty nice. It's not really a hair color that you see too often. It's kind of like a reddish, sort of. But yeah, pretty awesome minifigure, and that is Anakin from Episode 2. I just thought of this. Technically, I can't put Mikey on this list because he is legitimately from the Hoth Wampa set. That's where I got this minifigure, and that's where I got the idea for Mikey somehow. So yeah, Mikey is technically a Star Wars minifigure, but no, he's not on the list. Sorry, Mikey. Alright, and here we go. This is the last one from the prequel trilogy, and that is Anakin from Episode 3. Specifically the one where he has the earpiece headset thing on. So yeah, personally I really liked Anakin as a kid. And even though he ends up turning into Darth Vader, I still thought he was pretty awesome. And this minifigure is one of my favorites, of course, so that's why it's on the list, obviously. But, I mean, I just really like this minifigure. And, oh, that's a little too close. And, like, as you can see here, the face is actually still the Obi-Wan / Luke face, but it is made up to look more like Anakin. Like, you've got the scars right there and stuff. And I thought the hair looks pretty cool. It's a unique shade of brown that you don't really see too often in LEGO minifigure hairs. Like, I mean, here, yeah, look how different this is from, like, Obi-Wan. I think it's pretty awesome. Like, no, I mean the hair, not the head. The head is pretty much the same, but, I mean, yeah, but I think it's such a cool color, and I think it works really well for Anakin. And even though, like I said, there have been more detailed minifigures, I really like the other detailed minifigures of Anakin as well, the newer ones. But this one has always been my favorite, Episode 3 Anakin. And like I said, just holds a lot of nostalgia for me. And yeah, great minifigure. Alright, now onto the Clone Wars minifigures, and here we have just the plain white clone trooper. I mean, such an awesome minifigure. I mean, who doesn't want to make an army out of these guys? These guys are so awesome. And the battle pack back in the day was such an awesome set too. I got a couple of those because I thought that was pretty cool. You could get multiple of these guys and just make your little own army and stuff. I think this minifigure looks great. And I really like this minifigure. I think it's my favorite Clone Trooper minifigure that they've made so far. And it's just such an awesome minifigure. It looks really nice. And yeah, Clone Troopers, man. Alright, here is my second to last minifigure on the list. And alright, speaking of Clone Troopers, we have Captain Rex. Super awesome guy that was introduced in the Clone Wars. And one of my favorite characters from the Clone Wars. I think he's an awesome character. And a pretty cool guy too. So yeah, I mean, this minifigure looks so good. I mean, you like the blue, it looks very nice, very vibrant, stands out. You've got some awesome detailing on here. It looks just like Rex from the movie, the Clone Wars movie, as well as the Clone Wars TV series. You've got some yellow detailing right there as well. It's just, this minifigure really pops, it looks nice, and it's an awesome character. So yeah, Captain Rex. Alright, and here is the final minifigure on this list, and this is actually the newest minifigure on this list, and that is Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens. I just really like this minifigure. I think it looks pretty awesome, and it just looks so epic and stuff. Just looks really cool, and like the detailing on this minifigure is superb. And you've got some really awesome stuff as well. Like you've got this little cape here, which is a exclusive piece to him. They haven't really used it in any other sets, and the torso looks really awesome. They really went all out for this minifigure, and I think it paid off. and it looks amazing. And especially the helmet too. As much as I like the helmet where you can like take it off and like you can see his face underneath, or you can take it off and he has another helmet under there, I think this one is my favorite because it's just a little smaller, it's not quite as bulky, and it looks really nice. And you can put the hood on it too, so make it even awesomer. So alright, there we go. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what your list is down in the comment sections below. I look forward to reading them. Anyways guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!